So it's now time for us to go talk to Sarah.
You've got something for me? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually. But a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. Felt the same way when I started, too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Well, actually, every member of Constellation will be bugging me and reminding me that I need to be a good person. But okay.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
To say Sarah Morgan is a little bit judgy is like saying that the Atlantic Ocean is a little bit wet. The first thing that occurs to me to do is to get her out of those clothes and
to
into
John
something that's...
Tuala in Mast. Want to see what I'm carrying?
Try that again.
Bring me anything useful?
So I bought some suits. I don't know whether having my companions in these suits does any benefit to persuasion, but it certainly makes us look more like a team. And I don't really know...
Bye for now.
I don't know what her weapon strength is yet. We are going to assign her to crew. And now we see that she's got astrodynamics, which means I believe we jump farther or faster. Let me check this. Reduces the cost of grav jumps. So that means that we will expend less grav fuel. Now you refill grav fuel to full every time you stop. This means that if we're making a series of grav jumps across the galaxy, we can go more hops. She's got leadership, which means that she increases the number of crew we can have on board by 1. So when she's aboard, we can have 1 more crew than when she isn't aboard. Lasers mean that she is good at firing lasers, so we will give her a laser weapon. And botany means that she will be giving us flowers from time to time.
It's you and me from here out. If you have any gear you want me to haul, I'm happy to help.
Okay, so I believe I picked up a laser weapon. Yeah, I picked up an Equinox. Let's give her the Equinox. And just a little bit of 3 kV ammo. And I'm going to give her a frag grenade. We'll tell her to equip all of that stuff.
Time to go?
So now when we draw her weapons, she's got that nice laser weapon, which is decent damage and decent range. And she will occasionally be throwing hand grenades. And she will probably do as much damage to us as she does to whoever she's aiming at. We should be good now to go talk to John Tuala, who's over this way. Vasco,
Hello, Captain.
you should be at the ship.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Make sure that Vasco is still assigned to the ship. Yep. This is the Mast District. There's a subway station down below, down there. If I hadn't diverted to go talk to the
citizens of the
armory,
United Colonies to the best of your abilities.
we would have come out at that station. Are you hanging back there, Sarah? Guess I get to talk to her.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Yeah, maybe later. Constellation business first. Yep.
All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Let's see.
Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Okay, so next step is to head out to Sidonia. Now, just for the record, Starfield is not a space game. It's not a space game made by Bethesda. It is a Bethesda game that uses space as its setting. And here's how you can tell.
Time to move on.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. Welcome to Mars. You are clear to land in Sidonia.
So as a space game, the core gameplay loop would involve flying around. In this case, literally all I am doing is using the autopilot to go to the next waypoint. So we can fly around.
Good to go for that.
Hey, there is flying, there is dogfighting, there is cargo hauling, but it's not the core part of the game. It's a part of the game. So yeah, it's a Bethesda game set in space.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
So Vasco is assigned to the ship, and when we're landed, he'll hang out down here, you know, by the bay. Which means if we land in a hostile space, he'll shoot at things for us, and he will even follow us away from the ship a ways. This is Cydonia. Mining colony, dug into the surface of Mars. Most of Cydonia is underground. Main entrance is over there. And way down there, we could get into Cydonia down at the lower levels if we wanted to. So as a new player, you wouldn't know a whole lot about the world. I figure that with my background as a bounty hunter, it's okay for me to be slightly familiar.
On the hull, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So what's this going to run?
Building Cydonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Okay.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any active sites at your own risk.
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
I sure hope this hearing loss isn't permanent.
Okay, so we're going to be talking to a bartender. Get some of that wine going so we can take advantage of that for a little benefit. 12% persuasion chance.
What a long day.
And I'm not above doing a little bit of save scumming, especially early on when it's so hard to get these
Been serving
persuasion
drinks
checks.
here for over 40 years. Few places can offer that kind of stability. Not everyone needs to come to me with their problems. I ain't a psychiatrist. He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
I think he should be paying us to go find him, not the other way around. But I'm going to let Sarah chime in here.
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. 2 strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine.
I'm going to go one further. I think he should be paying us. Because if we don't know how to find him, this guy's out all his money. If we do find him, maybe Amara can pay his tab.
Come on. Life on Cydonia ain't hard enough. You gonna guilt trip me?
You going to try to rip me off? I'm going to jump right in here with the +4.
Don't
And
try
it
to
failed.
guilt trip me, okay? Yeah. I get your point.
Okay, and there we go.
Maybe. Alright, I give up. Just trying to earn a living here. Last time he was here, Moera kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
You want 1,000 credits for... Oh, he's gonna go to Venus?
Mars isn't forever. It's not easy. Coordinated.
What if I can go there from here? Yes, I can. How about that?
I don't suppose I have time for a nap before we leave?
Hello, what do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. The devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away.
Okay, so they're teaching us a stealth technique where you power your ship down almost completely, and you sneak around and other ships don't see you. And I leveled up. So before we go any further, level 5. If we can boost one of our existing ones, we do it. Otherwise, I'm going to go get a point in ballistics, which means when we shoot our guns, we hit harder. So we haven't had a chance to use security since we learned it. Oh, time for some ballistics. So to move this onward, we've got a 10% damage bonus. We can kill 20 enemies with our ballistic weapons. We can move this on up. Let me make a note that I have spent that point in ballistics. And we can continue onward. So all of our power is out. I'm going to put 2 pips in engines. And it turns out that it's safe to run my speed all the way up to the top with 2 pips without getting seen by those Varun. I don't think I've ever used this technique anywhere else in the game.
That we may walk in Janan Varun's footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow.
Very carefully make sure I have the beacon targeted. The zealots are just sitting there. The external view isn't wide angle enough to see them. safety, I'm going to shut down all power. And now we're going to activate the beacon.
To all UC affiliated ships, I'm heading to the Nova Galactic Star Yard orbiting Earth's moon. Yeah, I know. The whole place is decommissioned. And I need parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago. And the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
Okay. Warping to Sol, Luna, Nova Galactic. That's actually not a grav jump because it's in the same area.
There it is. Nova Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging there.
Okay, so we need to put our ships back in the power. And I'm looking at the length of the recording, thinking what I will do is I will break before we actually board Star Yard, so we can do the Star Yard all in one recording.
We have a clean dock, right on the money.
Before we go aboard, I want to make sure that I have left everything in the cargo hold that I can. First of all, we have a number of extra Grendels that I don't need. I can switch to the Constellation pack, so let's put those in. Up with 3. I can put the other suit in the ship. Ammo is massless. I don't need to carry all of my wine on me. Okay. Before we go, hey Sarah, my turn to sleep in the bed.
We still need to find any sign of that. Goodbye.